into this season, we're being talked about as part of the top 5 teams in NA maybe, but there's no denying this has really been a season of top 4 without Rogue being a part of it. And they're trying, like we saw in the qualification for today, to get back into top 5 conversation. This is a huge chance to early turn. Turo makes it 1-0. And that's a really good outcome for Rogue from a double save. Memory and Beast Mode not quite on the same page.
Yeah, if you want to try and force the double commit, put the ball right down the middle of them. It's not much time to try and communicate it. You've just got to go. And you might get the perfect result for it. And for Rogue, this is the perfect start, as they have got themselves the 1-goal advantage. And, well, we have seen Rogue previously this week, Johnny. A multi-goal game would not exactly be out of character for them from what we've seen.
Oh, yeah, they've got the explosive qualities. Good bump there by Kronovi. First killer's hit the post twice, but Turo will be uncontested. He goes off the bar. Not a bad dunk as he comes into the recovery position, but still, KCP able to get rid of the ball. I think we did actually talk about that earlier on.
Oh, wait. Rule 1 on the goal line.
Was there actually? Briefly there.
Rapid and first killer having a great time.
Oh, wait, it's still going on. Is Rapid actually sideways? He is.
Yep,
he is parked in front of First Killer. First Killer's pushing him across the field, so we've got actually a head-on collision, or not a head-on collision. Just
Has this been done before?
We've got collision in motion. Look at that. First Killer pushing Rapid all the way across the field. Rapid refusing to get out of his way. It's 2v2 time. Memory trying to go for the goal. Beast Mode comes in, and Kronovi's got the save. Oh, actually, we're back to 3v3. I think there must have been a break there. First Killer.
That would be a wall.
Yeah, he collided with the back wall, and that's actually caused Rapid to fall off in front of him. Yeah, like I said, never seen that before. That is probably going to be quite a long time before we see it again.
It's the first one we've ever had that had a hard and fast timer on it, because they were eventually going to get to the end of the field. But yeah, that is certainly a first and posed a few new issues for the two teams. Rogue now trying to pull First Killer back into the play. Turo turns, doesn't want to go for the immediate challenge. Instead, takes the ball back down. Not the greatest first touch, but it's a little bit of hesitation right now from KCP. They've been happy to let Rogue come towards them, and when First Killer's got the ball, that's probably not the best decision.
You know, that really does shine light on the genius from Rapid earlier on, locking up First Killer like that, because he has to be the player that you want to get in those head-on collisions, not participating in the rotation. As soon as he gets back into it, solo goal for First Killer. Rogue ahead by 2. And wow, was it a good idea for Rogue to have First Killer out of the game there? I don't know, but at least they haven't conceded in the meantime and ended up scoring immediately afterwards.
Look, Scout's honor, always worth it, okay? There's kudos to be grabbed by just staying locked into those as Rogue continue to put very good pressure on it for KCP. This has been a very quiet game. They have not got much of anything going for them. It's probably one of their best chances in a while, and really it is only possession that they've got a hold of. Haven't found any passing options. That's going to go for a goal, and Kronovi holds his nerve.
Yeah, you just had to hope that there wasn't going to be an attacker there. Nothing else he could do except own goal. Turo's off his line here. Luckily, he's deflected the ball over the KCP offense. They were all creeping up a bit too close to the play. Yeah, so far I like what I'm seeing from Rogue overall. We haven't seen any, big mistakes. That is a double commit there, but they should be able to recover fast enough to make sure that they don't concede in the aftermath. You know, that's the key with any double commit or even a triple commit. It's all about recoveries, and you could extend that even further. Rocket League right now is all about recoveries, staying relevant in the play, not being taken out of the game, even for a small amount of time. And with Rogue's mechanical ability, they're always going to be one of the best teams at pulling that off.
And for KCP, it's just this first touch, whenever they're trying to set up that, has been letting them down a little bit. Especially when Rogue haven't been on top of them. It's like they're expecting Rogue to be challenging everything, and when they're not, that first touch is a little bit less lucrative than they would typically want it. Turo ends up leaving it, and this is their best chance in a while. They've got Memory on the left-hand side. Beast Mode just flicks it, though, and that is a completely wasted opportunity. Oh, wait a second. What's First Killer up to? First has just not spotted him at all.
Yeah, First Killer may have not been aware of Beast Mode's position here. The ball was straight over his head. He couldn't really see with ball cam on what was happening in front of him. But yeah, playing that one into the back corner would have made a lot more sense. Obviously, he has to put it closer to his own goal to do that. So that's why there's alarm bells going off in his head. And he's thinking, I probably shouldn't do that. But yeah, hindsight is 2020. As you look with a bird's eye view, it's very obvious to see that playing it into the corner would have made more sense.
So now that lead is cut in half. In the best of 5, these opening games so important. The first kill is going to try and chase down. Just wants the ball played early. Torrentoro takes over. First kill is just going to blast it. Torrentoro might have been a target man, but since he was straight down the middle, he was well covered. Again, Memory looking for first killer. He decides to wait. Realized Torrentoro wasn't going to go immediately, and it gets blasted out of the air. Torrentoro makes sure he gets the car if he's not going to get the ball.
Yeah, that was huge for Rogue. They were hanging on there, but luckily for them, Memory did not have enough boost to really attack that backboard pass. And Rogue escape unscathed, still leading by 1 with a few seconds left in the game. And it has been predominantly Rogue attacking in game number 1. They've asserted their authority in the midfield.
Oh, beast mode forced to keep it out. Will it be a statement goal? No, it will not. KCP have got to try and keep this up. It's a good challenge. Kronovi ends up going equal to it. Torrentoro already up. He's up against the challenge from Memory. Drops straight down. In comes the shot!
Oh!
And in goes the goal!
Wow! KCP with a huge 0-second play. Memory this time does have support with a backboard pass. And it just sneaks in. That's crazy close. Beast mode with a very low shot, but it's barely crossed the line before it touches the ground.
And here we go, our first overtime of what we hope to be many today. This could be a big one, especially for KCP. Have not looked great in this game, especially when it comes to taking their opportunities to transition, but they've still got to this point. Rapid drops it all the way down from Memory. Looks for the backboard. They're not going to be able to send it down too quickly. And that's the result. Beast mode with a brace. KCP have snatched this game.
That's incredible. Rogue looked brilliant. They had this one under control, but one bad clear from first killer turned it into that 1-goal game. And all of a sudden you think, okay, this is dangerous. You know, Rogue still look like the better team, but 1-goal lead is a 1-goal lead. You can't get too comfortable with those. 0-second equalizer and an overtime winner. What a win for KCP. We're not going to have another Rogue sweeping victory like we had on the stage 2 of the competition.
And for Rogue, you've just got to look at it and just go, how does this always happen? Every single time for this team, they can look so good for so long, and it just falls apart. Well played, though, by KCP. They got half opportunities, and they made sure they ended up taking them. Take a look at this one more time. Right off the backboard, follow-up shot, and that is so close to hitting the floor. Once again, the backboard used. And for Rogue, well, that backboard's going to make sure, well, you're going to have to make sure that you've got that one covered next time, because KCP definitely aiming for it.
Yeah, some brilliant synergy there between Beast Mode and Memory. I think Beast Mode, he's been getting so much praise recently, and rightfully so, for his incredible performances. But we've also got to think about Memory. He is often the silent assassin. He's the player in the shadows who's, you know, doing real damage to his opposition without really making it very obvious, even to, you know, the viewers or to the other team who they're playing against. But yeah, Memory was, and he used 100% goal participation there, Beast Mode as well. So any more synergy like that in this game, and Rogue could have trouble.
Certainly so, as we do get ourselves into game number 2. KCP looking for a statement win. Rapid goes up. It's actually going to drop very awkwardly. Kronovi has to keep it out. I do love that positioning from first killer. Rogue do like to leave players around, and I do not know what is happening with this ball. Not going to go in. First killer decides to just go for a shot that he knows he's going to sky. Torrentoro now on it. He's got first killer moving to his left, decides to go straight for net. And what was a very weird sequence looks to come to an end.
Yeah, I think Kronovi may have faked a flick there because he just jumped up once and he realized, well, if I flick this ball, I don't have any boost. It's not going to go anywhere. So I think he called off that he was just going to leave it and let Torrentoro come in behind him. You know, if they're constantly communicating to each other how much boost they've got, if Torrentoro says he's got 100, then Kronovi knows he's behind him. Really smart play to just leave that ball for Torrentoro after faking the flick.
KCP looking much stronger this game, at least in terms of offensive rotation, though. Beast Mode had his back turned to this. Has potential to get caught out a little bit, but did recover well, and now first killer's chasing back. What a clear from first killer, and there is nobody prepared for it on KCP, but again, Both these teams doing a great job. They're waiting for the half volleys and they're launching it to a player on the wall. Makes it very difficult to stop. And, well, that was going to be very difficult to stop if there was a follow-up from Rogue. Instead, it's not, and we stay at 0-0.
Yeah, Rogue have managed to swing this one back in their favor, but still scoreless in game 2. Will they be able to stay consistent? Will they be able to avoid those misplays which have been plaguing them all season long? Because although Rogue were the favorites going into this based on recent form, mostly just yesterday's games, KCP have had the better season overall. And, you know, when it gets to these really tense moments, Rogue, they do have a history of unfortunate mistakes and just unfortunate events happening around them. You've got to feel like one more game going for KCP would be a death sentence, even though this is a best of 5.
Drops down to Memory. Lovely touch take it to the left-hand side. Didn't think the immediate attack was on. Instead, wanted the ball to roll out to Rapid, but too quick for him. Now Beast Mode brought in. What can he do to at least facilitate the rest of his team? Instead, that is a not well-made decision by him. He ended up being used to pinch the ball out with the opponent. Got to make sure that those angles are a bit better next time. Realize when there's something there for him to block and when he's just going to be used to make more power off the backboard. In comes Memory, keeps that. Now Kronovi, he went late, and Beast Mode will score over the top of him.
1-0 KCP. Kronovi had absolutely no boost. He used all of it just to get back to the goal. And I bet he wishes he saved 12, because even if he just had 12 boost in that position, he would have had the capability to jump up and at least go for a 50-50 on the goal line. It wouldn't have been a favorable 50-50, but it's better than just waiting underneath the ball and hoping that the attacker hits the crossbar. Beast Mode's not going to hit the bar from that range.
Certainly not, and Beast Mode was almost wiped out by Rogue, who are looking for their own offensive rotation. It's been a while. Kronovi again out of boost. He still sets up for Turintoro. Looks for first killer. That's now a lot of players committed, and 0 boost on Turintoro means a late rotation back. Nobody can stop that shot from going in. And for Rogue, a bad situation has just got so much worse after them trying to go too hard on a half chance.
Kronovi's just having one of those games. He, again, had absolutely no boost as he tried to join in on that attack and as he rotated back into the Rogue half. So clearly boost management has been a bit of an issue for him, but, you know, it is the case sometimes that every time you go for even a small boost pad in the game, it's been taken. You know, you can get a bit unlucky about it, but, you know, 2 goals in a row, multiple plays in a row, more than that. Kronovi completely boost starved. He's jumping into the corner, gets the 100 and Rapid demos him. Kronovi just can't get his hands on any boost, Shogun.
Oh, dearie me. That's enough to start tilting for anybody at any level, no matter how much experience you've got. And trust me, Kronovi has a lot of it.
He's still on 0. He's done it. He's on 0 boost again. He's off to the mid to get 100. There we go.
For the minute.
He's got 100. Right, let's see how long it lasts. Never mind.
Crow, stay away from the 100 boost pads, because it seems like, well, the moment you get it, you're going to lose it somehow. It's sort of the monkey's paw. We don't quite know how.
Oh, no. Poor guy. As soon as he gets his hands on that 100 boost, they concede. Now he's right back to 33. He's on the kickoff. He's going to have no boost again. Okay, there we go. Kronovi's got 100 boost, everybody.
No, that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. We already know this.
There we go. Look at him go. He's moving quickly. He's making contact with the ball. Man, this game's so much easier when you have got boost to get moving. 3-0, though. This is reminiscent of the last time these guys played. What a save by Beast Mode. He is not just a monster in offense. Like it's saying, these guys have got the full package. Now here comes Kronovi, and he's going to hit the bar. First killer's just there, and he's, again, scored after jumping off the back wall.
Well, that's a goal that has happened. First killer, I will give you full credit. That is incredible recovery from him to try and set it up. But it might just be a consolation goal. Rogue are going to need the next one so quickly if they are even to have a chance at taking it. It goes across field. First killer looks to set up. It's not coming at a great angle for them. Turintoro wanted first killer again, and Beast Mode, well, he saw it and decided, all right, you want first killer, you can have him, but he's elsewhere on the field now. And with 10 seconds remaining, and another goal in. That is looking like 2-0 for KCP.
And just look at the goal participation again from Memory. He's had more involvement in this team's offense than Rapid, than Beast Mode. You know, we talked about him, I think it was just a couple of weeks back or a few weeks back, that he might be one of the most underrated players, or maybe even the most underrated player in North America right now, because he is just always in the right place, always making big brain plays, and he's doing it all in the Dominus. It's like trying to make big brain plays on hard mode. Really incredible to see.
I feel like you've just got, you know, there's something telling me here, Johnny, you might have an issue with the Dominus. I'm not too sure. You're giving some hints.
No,
it's just on occasion, it feels like you get a bit bitey towards it. I might be reading a bit much into the situation.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. But hey, if nothing else, Memory, maybe most underrated player right now. Beast Mode, definitely rookie of the split. And Rapid, what a comeback he's having after getting relegated from RLCS Season 9. You know, everybody was expecting, you know, the Alpines and the Pittsburgh Knights, these kind of teams who are just fresh out of the rival series, to be the teams to watch and the rookies of the year. But yeah, what a comeback from KCP after Rapid, you know, just going down, Memory being without a team, and Beast Mode getting picked up out of nowhere. This is a huge upset. But the one thing that is, unfortunately for Rogue, very consistent between these two teams is they tend to be sweeps. But in this matchup, Rogue swept them yesterday in Stage 2. Yeah. Stage 2 of Regional number 2 for NA. KCP swept Rogue. So I really just see zero comeback potential for Rogue now. If the past results are anything to go by, this is just the most momentum-based matchup in the region.
And for Rogue, they'll want to start showing us something different here if they want to have any chance at that semi-finals. We go game number 3. Is it all done here for Rogue? Or can they figure something out? Because that game 1, it seems to have just crushed them mentally in terms of their momentum, at the very least, that they had for this series. Because they looked fantastic in that game. They really looked like they'd just be able to slowly walk past KCP. And then the moment that 0-second goal went in, it has been an entirely different story. It's Turinturo. He's going to try and show off some of his magic here. Too much other than a double tap to try and put some pressure onto the ball, but nothing beyond that. Memory off to the side, demo on the goalkeeper, and that ball is in off the smoke screen.
Yeah, it's another great start for KCP. When you've got an intensely momentum-based matchup, like we already said, the worst thing that can happen is you lose game 1 with a 0-second goal, and not only that, an overtime loss. Crazy to see. And Rogue, they're up against it even more now.
And the question will be, what is Rogue going to change? Are they going to start playing quicker? What is the first killer change going to be? Because he's the one that seems to adapt the most in these situations. He might get a bit more aggressive. Don't really know how that's going to look. Right now, anything will be better. First killer is going to give chase. Can't get there in time, though, as Beast Mode is going to put over the top. And back line was actually so far forward for Rogue that they've ended up giving away a possession here. And Rapid's reset doesn't really go too much further. It's one of those horrible ones where your car just goes flying away from the ball rather than towards it.
Yeah, he landed the reset slightly too much on the back of the ball rather than underneath it. You've got to find that sweet spot where you're both under the ball but also behind it so you can get the reset and then generate power on the shot. If you're too behind it and then you land on it, you end up pushing the ball away from yourself and then you can't really catch up to it again, which is what happened there with Rapid. Made worse by the fact that he didn't have the boost to correct it.
Here comes first killer yet again, looking to set up. He's done a good job. Memory's on the backboard and he can't reach that one. Kronovi powers a shot in.
And that is a very good shot, actually, by Kronovi. He had to fly almost straight up in the air here, kept a hold of that dodge. It's very tempting when you have to go straight up in the air like that to waste your second jump with a fast aerial. And then when the ball comes to you, you're kind of just floating there and it bounces off you without any power. But Kronovi just gets right up in the air, still has his dodge to generate power. And there's no answering a shot with that accuracy. Rogue needed that response, and they've got it.
Beast Mode wants to put it straight back over onto the offense, though. Hooks up. Turinturo and first killer were both gone. Depending on how that follow-up touch was mid-air, he might have been able to continue the play onwards. Actually got an option in Rapid in this back corner. They're not going to take it. Backlines have been very far forward so far. There's been a lot of tracking backwards to try and recover the ball. KCP have got good pressure in a shot. And I think Rogue were caught out by that one.
Yeah, not quite good enough from Turinturo. He tried to lob that ball up into the corner, but look at Memory. absolutely wasted no time getting to that one. Huge power shot to the bottom corner, which First Killer thought he had covered. But yet another thing coming. Just that angle shot from memory was an absolute laser.
I think of just how hard that's got to be hit just to catch you on the same side of the goal that you're actually on. First Killer knows exactly how it feels now, and with Rogue a goal down yet again, they are staring down the barrel of a top 8 elimination.
Oh my goodness, this guy.
So much worse. Memory might go from underrated to a playoff MVP if he can stay like this for the rest of the day.
He is playing so well. Memory with an unbelievable series. Every single game he showed up, 100% goal participation in game 2. He only missed out, I think, on one of the goals in the actually, maybe there was 2 in the last game, but there's so many goals, you know, just going in from all angles. It didn't really matter. And now, standout performance once again. He's intercepting Rogue clears, not with passes of his own. He's just shooting every single interception right into the net.
Beastman's going to avoid Kronovi's attempted bump. Now pass over to Memory yet again. I would not bet against him anymore. And Kronovi would know better than to give it to him. 1 minute 40 here. And you got the question now of, even if Rogue can make this comeback happen, you know, will KCP drop off the pace enough to let them get another 2?
No way. I mean, Beast Mode has been popping off all season mechanically, Rapid as well. Those guys have been styling on their opponents, and then Memory's been trying to keep it all together. He's been the brains of the operation, but in this series, he's the brains, and he's also showing up with some insane speed that I've not really seen from him before, but I could get used to this. It's fantastic to watch. Memory's been brilliant today. If he can play like this all day, very easily like an MVP of the split performance, that kind of level has to be talked about. And we didn't bring him up earlier on much, talking about top 3 NA, but I think he's going to definitely get a lot more praise after this performance.
Yeah, certainly so. We're going to want to see more and more of it. Given the current result as it is, we're going to get the opportunity to do so. Beast Mode already up, forces the challenge against Kronovi and does a great job as well to avoid the bump. That's the reason why he had to jump so early. 40 seconds. Rogue needs something. They need it soon. Kronovi looks to deliver. It's a soft first touch, and that makes Beast Mode's life a lot easier.
You know, there's definitely going to be plenty of frustrated Rogue fans and plenty Rocket League fans in general looking at this result and thinking, wow, Rogue, they've just fallen apart again. Another sweeping loss in the playoffs. This team will just never deliver. But that's not really the story of today. They were so close to winning that first game. And had they won the first game, I think they would have been the team currently, you know, steamrolling, because that's how this matchup tends to go. But, you know, such a huge swing. Memory and Beast Mode's synergy in game 1 was unreal. It brought KCP back into the series, and since then they just haven't looked back. That's a hat trick for Memory. What a crazy impressive series this has been. What, you know, one of the best individual performances that we've seen all split long from any region.
I will be looking into my history records after this series, John, to see how many RLCS hat tricks Memory has got to his, you know what, it's quite a long career at this point.
Yeah.
But it is KCP moving on through to the semifinals, and they've done it in fantastic fashion.
Yeah, they really did well here. This was crazy to see, but you know, another sweep in the matchup. It seems to go back and forth as well. So, you know, Rogue fans, KCP got you today, but you know, next time if they keep switching about, it's probably going to be a Rogue sweep win against KCP. But you know, that's a really crazy series to witness. Not only do we have Rapid and Beast Mode showing up with the speed and the mechanics, but Memory as well.
Yeah,
I had Space Station going on to the finals easy on this side of the bracket, but I'm not so confident anymore.
I said earlier on that, you know, if KCP are going to take down a Space Station, it would probably be in a best of 5. But, you know, given what we've just seen and giving that from Memory, you know, we talk about how momentum-based this team is because you look at the play style of the team around Memory and say it's a little bit more difficult to replicate that match after match after match. But for Memory's play style, he can do that. If he finds the zone for the day, he can definitely replicate that for the rest of the day. And that would just be a case of, all right, Beast Mode starts really popping off on his side. He's going to start taking his opportunities. But these will all be questions for later on in today's broadcast, because when we come back from a break, it's time for our second quarterfinal, United against Space Station Gaming.